9 News Plus weather sponsored by Carrier Colorado. The future of home comfort is here.
Hey, thanks so much for joining us here on 9 News Plus. I'm 9 News meteorologist Chris Bianchi to look at your Colorado weather forecast, which, as usual, has a little bit of everything in store over the next few days. Even some snow for the highest elevations for tomorrow night and to your Friday morning. But the story for us here along the Front Range for the majority of the Denver metro area, storms between about 4 and 10 p.m. tonight. Some of these storms may be a little later than usual, and I'll explain why here in just a second. Now, we had beautiful sunny skies about 2 hours ago. Those have since dissipated under a blanket of clouds. This is out ahead of our next front and our next storm system that'll move on in tonight, but in the meantime could get some storms later on this evening. Now for us here in Denver, yesterday we got our 7th straight day with measurable rainfall in Denver. That is our longest such streak since May of 2015. It's over 8 years, so it's been a while since it's been this rainy for this long of a time period, and we could extend that streak tonight with more showers and storms in the picture. And if we do tonight, we're almost for sure going to extend that streak again for tomorrow, which, by the way, if we get to 9 straight days of consecutive rainfall, that would be our longest streak of rain in Denver since 1965. So it has been very, very wet for a long period. But in the meantime, for today, some more afternoon showers and storms. Tomorrow turns much cooler and wetter, and then for the weekend, temperatures rise back up, and we'll be back near 80 degrees for the early part of next week. Now, EC Doppler radar starting to get pretty busy for us in 2 spots. In southern Colorado, we did have an earlier severe thunderstorm warning out near Elevation Pass, and then also near Raton Pass, getting a pretty good cluster of showers and thunderstorms right now as well. And then also for the far northeast corner of Colorado, got one storm that seems to have developed just to the west of Sterling and I-76 just to the north of Fort Morgan. Now, as we head over the next couple of hours, I think we'll see an increase in activity in the mountains in particular, and that's where we could see a few of those downpours and some rumbles of thunder move their way through as we head over the next couple of hours. For the Denver area, we probably stay just kind of cloudy, maybe a slight chance for a shower in the next 2 to 3 hours, but I think our main time window, as I mentioned, could come around 7, 8, 9 o'clock tonight. Once we start getting the outflow boundaries from the storms on the eastern plains, and that could trigger a shower or storm here in the metro area. Come around again 7, 8, 9 o'clock or so this evening. It looks like tonight's chance might be a little higher for friends on the Palmer Divide. Last night we saw more of those showers and storms just along and north of I-70, so the north side of the metro area. Darby, as well as Commerce City, Thornton, North Glen getting the storm last night. Looks like tonight might be a bit more favored along the Palmer Divide in places like Castle Rock and Highlands Ranch. That's where you could see some of those storms. And then overnight tonight, our friends in the northeastern corner of the state could get some stronger storms along the I-76 corridor. That's where we could be talking about the potential for some damaging winds and some large hail. But it looks like that threat for severe storms along the east of Fort Morgan and Lyman line will be after dark tonight. So again, overnight storms possible. If you have access to a garage or a carport, it's a good idea to have the car inside that for tonight, as we do have the threat for some large hail and some of those damaging winds for the overnight time frame. Right now, near 80 degrees across much of the eastern plains. Average high for today in Denver, 72 degrees, and into the mountains, a lot of 60s and a few 70s for us into the high country right now. For tonight, temperatures drop back into the low 50s for us. Storms mainly early, probably before about 10 p.m. here in the metro area, but we'll have that chance for some of those storms to stay after midnight as you head east to Fort Morgan and Lyman. That's where our cold front will move through overnight tonight. And for tomorrow, we've got the chance for some of those showers and storms once again. Tomorrow looking notably cloudier, may wake up to a little bit of sunshine, maybe some peaks of sun early tomorrow morning, but then as the day wears on, we'll see some of that cloud cover fill on in, and then we'll see some of those showers and some rumbles of thunder mix their way into the picture as well. So there's a look at that cold front. This drops on in from the north and the east overnight tonight. That'll bring us some of that upslope flow, those easterly winds that we usually associate with rain and unsettled weather here along the Front Range. We'll see those develop, and as a result, I think tomorrow morning we'll wake up to a fair bit of cloud cover along the I-25 corridor, and any sunshine we got during the morning hours should fill in pretty quickly through the morning hours tomorrow, and then we'll see some more in the way of some of those showers and even a few rumbles of thunder mix the way into the picture for tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. And tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, I wouldn't say quite a washout, but it looks like we're going to be looking at a fair bit in the way of some rainfall tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night. So any sort of outdoor activities tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, not a good idea. I want to push those back to at least Friday, if not Saturday or Sunday, if you can. It feels like I always get questions about soccer practice. And soccer practice tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow night, you can just about forget about that for the Denver areas. It looks pretty darn wet. And then by Thursday night, Friday morning, we'll see still some leftover rain, but I think we'll start to shift the majority of that action into southern Colorado. So that'd be the San Luis Valley, the southeastern corner, Highway 50 on south. That's where we'll probably see some more of that rainfall for your Friday. But in the meantime, Denver area, we could get another half-inch plus worth of rainfall. That seems pretty likely from this next storm system. And by the way, that would push us into the top 5 wettest Mays on record. And folks, it is only May the 17th. It is very early in the month for us to be talking about this much rainfall. That's mostly thanks to what we saw just last week, but another half-inch plus of rain looking pretty likely from our next storm system. 7-day forecast, showers and storms stays unsettled for Friday, and then for your Saturday and Sunday, we tick back up with those temperatures. Low 80s for early next week with some leftover showers and storms for Monday and Tuesday, and Wednesday we start to cool back down. Now, one thing to also watch out for, yeah, this is not fun. Wildfire smoke pushing back into the picture. It's been a while since we talked about wildfire smoke, but this is due, get this, to wildfires that have burned over 1 million acres up in Alberta and British Columbia, the western Canadian provinces, and the smoke from those fires will probably reach us starting on Friday, and I think Saturday and Sunday you'll notice some of that haze and some of that smoke for us into the in eastern Colorado. In the mountains we'll see that less, but we will see some of that smoke here into the Denver area and eastern Colorado. That's not great news, but the good news is that smoke should be fairly light and fairly filtered. So not talking about a ton of wildfire smoke, nothing like what we've had over the last couple of summers, but still enough that you will probably notice it come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Now, I always like to kind of finish things out on a bit of good news and take a look at this drought map. This is going to look so different come tomorrow. So this drought monitor map, it's updated once a week on Thursday mornings, and this drought monitor map is going to look totally, and I mean totally different come tomorrow morning because of all that wet weather that we had last week. And it's not often that we can say this, but usually when we get even an inch or two of rain, a fair bit of rainfall, it's a drought denter. What we saw last week, it was an absolute drought busting kind of rainfall. We picked up over 4 inches of rain here in the Denver area. Some parts of the metro area saw as much as 6-7 inches of rainfall. That was a drought busting kind of rain. So again, that drought monitor map, it is going to look way different and with way less color on it. And folks, that is really good news. So I always like to close out with something a bit happier, and that is the way to certainly close things out. And again, we're going to add more rain tomorrow night and to your Friday morning, but the flood risk is much lower with this upcoming storm compared to last week. It is nothing close to the amount of rain that we had last week. The severe weather threat is way lower as well. So still some more rain, not nearly as much as last week. I think that's probably good news at this point. But again, a lower flood risk and also a lower severe weather risk from our upcoming storm coming forward tomorrow night and to your Friday mornings. Hopefully it gives you a good idea about what to expect over the next couple of days. Again, tonight maybe a bit more of an evening threat for some of those showers and storms. Then tomorrow and Friday, looking cloudy and wet, and then those temperatures spike back up for the weekend and to the early part of next week. And Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabins right behind that TV screen getting ready for 9 News at 4 o'clock and at 5 p.m. as well. Then tonight we'll have meteorologist Danielle Grant at 6, 9, and 10 on the 9 News Family Networks. Once again, I'm meteorologist Chris Bianchi. Thanks for joining us here on 9 News Plus, and have a great rest of your Wednesday.